spectacular, if it is very imaginative and created flawlessly with beautiful construction, flawless taste, balance of elements, and high impact, I notice and I'm in awe of this, and this certainly enhances performance tremendously. I also notice if the costuming has flaws, such as, for instance, ill-fitting elements. This is something that my eye detects. If it is nondescript in a performance, normal performance, as a member of the audience, I probably won't notice it. But I do judge belly dance competitions, and in a competition I do notice if the costuming is nondescript, if it pulls down the overall impact of your performance. I notice it and I hold it against the author of the performance. Otherwise, I would say for me the most important thing is the fitting of the costume. When I try belly dance costumes, very often I notice that they don't fit me, they don't sit on me as well as well-constructed normal everyday clothing, because a lot of the normal everyday clothing outfits I wear are created with tremendous expertise and the best talent in the field thrown into the best brand creations to produce really lovely, well-constructed pieces, and I choose them well, and I wear them well, so they really fit me. Meanwhile, belly dance clothing, a lot of it is focused on decoration, so there are beautiful decorative elements here and there, shiny crystals. Meanwhile, you forget that there are elements of construction that have to work together with your body. Anything that hangs below your breasts, for instance, anything that camouflages your lower rib cage foreshortens your torso, shortens the look of your body, and so makes you look less flattering. If your skirt is supposed to be long, but it is actually higher than your ankle, again, it makes you look shorter, less elongated, less regal, less flowing, and my eye notices it. These are unfortunate things. Even if the performance is fantastic, these things really compromise the enjoyment of it, because it's very difficult to detract yourself. Those are like tiny little things, but they spoil the look of it. So I would say the costume can be very, very simple, but it must be well constructed, it must be elegant, it must work beautifully with the body, and it absolutely should not have a homegrown look. I tried a number of times to come up with belly dance costume designs, and I pulled them off with dignity a couple of times, but I'm not a good designer. I don't have any expertise in construction. I cannot make shapes and fabrics work well with my body or anyone else's body. So I would say if you have talent in construction of clothes, then you will come up with spectacular designs. If not, maybe it's best to just acquire things created by other designers. Costumes, beautiful costumes, that is what has kept me in belly dance. It's what enticed me in the beginning, and it's why I am still in this game, quite frankly. So obviously, I think they are very, very important. This is not to downplay. I mean, yeah, technique is all about where you are as a dancer, showmanship, musicality, originality, all that, so important. But so is costuming. You step out there, particularly in a competition. In a competition, you're being judged head to toe. When you're out there in front of me in a competition, there is nothing that I am not seeing. And I realize I'm a little excessive about it, I guess, because I am so very interested in costumes. I've made many, I kind of think, very beautiful costumes on my own. I have commissioned many. I work with fabulous designers here in New York. I really don't buy off the rack anymore. So obviously, I put the costuming art up very, very high. And one of the reasons why I put this up so highly is I really don't think you have an excuse. Anyone performing in public in this modern belly dance arena really has no excuse for not stepping out in front of their public, whatever the venue, whatever your level is, appropriately and properly costumed. And you have control over this. There are costumes available in every price range. There are costumes available to flatter every single body type. I don't care, young, old, slim, heavy. There's just like this incredible cornucopia of fantastic costumes available
you know, maybe in your area, but if not in your area, on the internet, that will flatter you, and not just flatter you physically. That's number one, that the costume needs to fit well. Your bosom should not be hanging down here. Your skirt should not be flapping around your ankles. Everything should match. The colors should go together. And jewelry, I can see if you're wearing earrings. I can see your necklace. I see if you're wearing like a really loud nail polish and it totally clashes with the rest of your outfit. Why are you wearing it? This is my other I guess the other reason why I kind of take this seriously. You can control your appearance before you get on stage. I suffered tremendously from performance anxiety, from stage fright. I don't like to perform. It makes me very nervous. I am totally sympathetic when I can tell that a dancer maybe has gotten a little rattled. I understand that sometimes on game day you just don't have it where you want it. But if your costume has been totally orchestrated before you get out there and you have tried it on and it fits and it's flattering, it suits the type of dance you're doing, it suits the venue that you're in, then that's great. And I mean, that can all be worked out in advance. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I say there's really just no excuse, because you can control that. And frankly, it's a lot easier to control than the actual caliber of your dancing, than the actual energy in the room on the day that you're dancing. So yeah, I love costumes. I mean, I'm not going to throw rocks at a dancer if I don't like her costume, but if we're in competition, that's part of it. I mean, you know, showmanship, costumes kind of come under that heading. Does it flatter you? Does it fit you well? That's going to just get you to mediocre if it flatters you and it fits you well. And then is it a design that's perhaps a little original, special, something about that costume that's going to lift you out of the mediocrity of all these other costumes that are so readily available now? I just don't think every dancer out there is maybe considering the full impact that her costume can have on her audience, and in particular on a non-educated audience. I'm going to give you some points because I know what the technique and the musicality and the showmanship are like. Your typical audience might not have the knowledge to judge that. They're just looking at what your total physical presentation is, and your costume is an enormous part of that.
I can't exactly say that I'm a costuming expert. It's been pointed out to me that sometimes I don't remember what color the costume was a minute after I saw the dancer, but a costume that fits the dancer well is certainly important, and something that, again, is a little different than everybody else. Because if you can make me notice your costume, then you've really accomplished something.